everyone. Okay, now I made a video of this the other day, excuse me, and something happened to my save file. So we're gonna burn through the beginning of this because I want to get to the combat. But I've noticed they did add voiceovers in here, so that's gonna be interesting. So we'll try to go through as quick as possible. We're gonna listen to what these people have to say. May make this even a little bit longer video, quite a bit longer video than normal. But I want to see some combat. So let's do a new game, since my old one's no longer there. We'll stick with classic still. We're gonna go real quick on our build too.
1971. We woke up in a different world, where the Cold War ended along with the Vietnam carnage. All because of the Dome. The Dome. A territory full of anomalous artifacts, phenomena, and organisms. We still don't know what it is. An alien city? Some kind of a testing ground or storage? Whatever it is, no living thing trapped under the Dome can escape it. Yet even this did not stop the research. The major powers created the Cronus Mega Corporation to develop and explore the Dome. Its secrets became a lucrative business. The Spire station was built on top of the Dome to export the artifacts and import supplies and personnel. The city of Crystal Sands grew at the foot of the Dome, eventually becoming a major transportation hub. All this required thousands of employees, and there was no shortage of candidates. Romantics, pragmatists, and adventurers of all trades swarmed recruiting centers around the globe, seeking jobs at Cronus. You were one of those people. In 1976, your application was approved, and you went under the Dome towards the future. Whether a good one or a bad one, only time will tell.
I think it's gonna be a bad one. What I think. Alright, so if they got the voice acting in here, I'm looking forward to that. A lot less reading for me. So we're gonna go back with I don't remember the exact person we had. I think it was this guy, Isaac Crowley. Now we can create our own character. So maybe we should just do that this time. I want to be Blue Wing, though. I'm going to stick with the Blue Wing. Kind of don't mind that guy look right there. But I kind of like that picture, so we're going to try to make him look a little like that. 29. How about that? That'll work. Yeah. Hair. I think that's fine. We could be a redhead. I think that'll work. Okay, next. Oh, wait. Oh, back. We need a name. I don't want to be Isaac. We'll be Michael. Let's see. Muscle 4. Bring this down a little bit. Psych down. I don't know if I want to have any psych. Guts will bring down to 8. I think the brains is good. Do some fortune. Do a little bit of charisma. I'm not very charismatic. 1 point. Do fortune. Fortune does your piloting skills. Affects action points, critical hit chance. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so we want tech weapons. I want tech. I mean, it makes sense since I'm a tech person. I'm thinking either science or medicine. I don't know, I mean, never know the ability to clone a hamster may come in handy, but there's no doubt that a passing knowledge of biology, chemistry, computer science, physics can make life much easier. Don't call you a doctor because your adventure's traveling through time. If this skill is sufficiently developed, bullet holes, broken limbs, and infections will wish they never existed when you arrive on the scene. Let's try it. Let's try it. Looks like I can get a first aid kit. These need survival. So we might have to put points in a survival to get some of these. Stops bleeding. Science 25. Oh. Moves radiation. Stops bleeding. Measures. Restore 70%. Well, at least I have that one. I want the health kit. I liked spirituality because it gives you some resistance, but not. These aren't good, but it gives me other resistance. But penitent 1, I like 2. So you take some extra crit damage, but you get. Yeah, let's select that one. So if we select that and go back, does that matter in any of this? No. Maybe it does later on when we get in. Here's what we look like. Not the best talker. I think everything else looks somewhat decent. I think it's a good start. For all these. Oh, some of this has changed. First aid, detoxification, throw wrench, mine clearance, hemostasis, force, dig, there's throwing bolts, scanning. Alright, that's different. Alright. Let's see some of the stuff they gave me, though. Quest, yes. No, my quest. Conversations, wings. I mean, we went through all this before, so we're just gonna... I just want to get rid of those. Alright, let's start talking to people.
A guy wearing thick spectacles thrusts out a sweaty hand.
Monty James, Silver.
He glances down at your badge.
Ah, it's you. I found your file extremely interesting. And your CV, wonderful. Inspiring, really. When I had the opportunity to look over the files of my future colleagues, I couldn't resist. I don't want to sound boastful, but silver level clearance has its advantages.
Monty winks. Monty makes a ring with his thumb and forefinger.
You were number 63,784 on the waiting list, but you were lucky enough to get into the dome after only 16 months. Besides that, 0, nada, absolutely nothing. You're a dark horse for both the Foundation and myself. How exactly did you end up in this wing?
Good at computers and most advanced hardware in the world.
The Silver shakes his head.
Honestly, I envy you. Yeah, I do. I understand pretty much nothing about computers. A typewriter is more my speed. How do you keep track of all the different commands? I have no clue how anybody could ever get adjusted to it.
An uncomfortable silence rises between you, and Monty abruptly changes the subject. He taps the narrow illuminator panel with one finger.
Look, there's a storm rising. The lightning is strange. Green. Should lightning be green? This is my first sandstorm.
See, this guy talk to
The
me?
orange is dressed in a new jumpsuit. The shiny badge on his chest reads Quentin Bisley, laborer. He's side-eyeing the screen skeptically. Despite his tired, grim expression, his gaze is open and friendly. However, The general impression is unmistakable. There's something frightening about Bisley.
Ask him about how he ended up in prison.
The orange's face stretches into a broad smile, bearing his dentures to the world.
Like everyone, duh. In a black car, under guard. There's other guys too, the ones who go through the front door.
He nods at the black-winged woman beside him. Her nose wrinkles in displeasure, but she says nothing.
Ask about the bracelets on her wrists.
Quentin raises his hands to examine the devices.
They call them humane handcuffs. How about that? Truth is, there ain't nothing humane about them. They zap you real hard the moment you get your hands on a gun. But they sure look nice.
Bisley lowers his hands again and smirks.
We all know Igor won't talk to me.
Stopping by the door's porthole, you watch as the ground slowly approaches. It looks brown-black through the tinted glass and smoky blue at the horizon. It almost seems like the clouds are pulling apart there. Your eye is drawn to the cluttered eastern section of the dome, where you see a block of warehouses and something resembling an observation deck. The real dome doesn't resemble its image from the ads at all. There are no snow-white cities or vast highways to be seen here. Looking more closely, you can make out a single, lonely road leading north. A few sheds, a radar installation, and the glittering antenna of a radio tower emerge from the mists. Yes, engineers will have plenty of work here. Just as you're about to move away from the window, you notice a whirlwind beginning to form above the ochre plain. The gathering storm drifts unhurriedly above the desert, a crown of green lightning flashing at its core. Clearly no ordinary weather phenomenon. It must be one of those anomalies. You freeze by the window, unable to avert your gaze.
It's the last time we just stared at the whirlwind, so let's stand on our tiptoes.
The outlines of the landing site, blurred by clouds of dust, appear behind the greenish glass of the porthole.
Oh. That'll be something like completely different. I guess not. These low tides aren't too bad either.
Come here. Come on now, or you'll miss everything.
A cheerful man in a white lab coat grabs you by the sleeve. A badge reading Ludovico Nuzzi, scientific analyst, export department, dangles loosely on his clean uniform, which still smells pungently of washing powder.
Look over there.
He points upward with a sharp, wide gesture and hands you his field binoculars. You raise the binoculars to your eyes. Under fourfold magnification, the whirling cloud above the rust-colored plains looks even stranger. Its core glows with flickering green light and flashes rhythmically. And Nuzzi bends close to your ear.
Fascinating. Do you want me to bring some filters? If we intercept the red and blue spectrums, we'll see something amazing. It's like a signal, some kind of message.
What's scientific and now analyst?
The scientist
Port
looks
department.
blankly at you, then down at his lab coat.
Ah, this? This?
He lets out a blaring laugh. Ludovico points at the building behind him.
I work in Concord Station, categorizing relics. My job is to classify them by rarity. Then the blues package them, silvers issue the documentation, and oranges move them to the cargo capsule. Just like the one you arrived in.
Nuzzi points upward.
Then the capsule takes the relics way up there, all the way to the spire, then to Crystal Sands by the funicular. They get auctioned off, turned into money. It's not like I endorse this, but we all like ourselves a good paycheck, right?
Darn right.
He offers you his binoculars once again.
Do you want to have a look at the spire? It's amazing. But then you can look at the spire anytime. Now that sandstorm, that's what's truly amazing.
I gotta go.
Nazi looks from you to the capsule and to the landing terminal entrance. He flings his arms up.
Oh, mi scusi. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. You'd better get going or you'll be late for check-in. Your colleagues are already inside, and the storm is growing stronger. Yeah, the storm is growing stronger.
The White mutters in fascination, eyes glued to his binoculars, which is fixed on the spinning whirl of clouds.
Welcome back.
What? Nope.
See ya!
Yeah. There we go. Alright, so we're not going to prank this guy this time. Blast last time. Though I'm almost tempted to go do it again to see what his voice is. Let me try it. Get in there. Yep. What I do, I first get here, I like to right.
Never thought this would happen.
Oh, there's no.
Greetings.
Oh, there's. There's just no. Yeah, it's not reading it. All right. Oh, it's you. Do you like it inside the dome? Let's say the same thing last time. Can't form an opinion. Haven't been here long. First impression is unfortunately not very positive. Nice. We've already went through this last time we played. He just wants me to sign him or register him.
Hello, come up to the desk.
A tall receptionist watches you from behind his desk with a bored, haughty look. He waves impatiently at you to approach.
Now, from what I've read, it should have voice acting and stuff for your main quest. So your side quest might not have any of it.
The employee glances at you indifferently. His upper lip is ever so slightly curled in contempt.
This guy sounds like his voice would be like a detective. That's how I picture this guy's voice.
All new employees must register first thing. Come up to the
The
desk,
narrator.
The nameplate on the desk tells you you're talking with Dean Rayhet, administrator.
This dame came into my office.
The administrator slaps himself on the forehead.
please. I almost forgot the regulation pre-registration greeting.
Rayhet produces a reel-to-reel tape recorder from beneath the desk, rewinds the tape to the beginning, and presses play. The speakers explode with a harsh, crackling sound, over which the tick-tick of a metronome slowly grows louder. Solemn music begins to play, and the administrator's face takes on a serious expression.
Dear employee, on behalf of the Cronus Foundation, I, Administrator Dean Rayhet, welcome you to your new life under the dome.
The administrator clears his throat and continues.
By joining our company, you choose the path of science and progress. You are among mankind's best, and we ask that you live up to this.
Dean squints down at the monitor.
Deserve this title. Do your job honestly. Obey the law. Respect your colleagues and...
The music fades, and the administrator finishes his speech.
And together we will build the best possible future for all mankind.
I love so I don't have to read all this.
Dean puts the tape recorder away.
Now that we're done with the official greeting, I'll register you and upgrade your Selectron. Okay?
Say I'm ready.
Dean's hands hover over the keyboard. He gives you a nod.
Dictate your info.
You spell out your first and last names and specify your wing, profession, and test results. The administrator's fingers fly across the keyboard as he enters your information into the Cronus database. Rayhet scans the computer screen.
So your position in the waiting list was 63,784. You've been assigned to Magellan Station. A special bus will bring you there after a series of briefings. Please pass me your Selectron so I can update the firmware.
Dean snaps the docking port of your pass to a recess in the casing of his computer. The administrator returns your Selectron.
Now you have first-level clearance for a Blue Wing employee. You have access to storage, the repair bays, and various workshops. Your Selectron also has a built-in universal key that opens the hatches accessing the air shafts.
Now, the Blue Wing, what I joined, is basically engineering and tech. That's what I am. So repairing, maintenance, all that lovely stuff.
Dean continues.
All new employees have a short list of tasks to perform on arrival. Do you want to hear all the details or just the short version?
Short version.
Rayhet snorts.
To make it short, get your uniform from storage, your weapons from the armory, pass the Psi abilities test, and complete your weapons training at the training zone. Then learn how to use the scanner, avoid anomalies, and properly catalog anything you observe. Last, go to the waiting room and wait for the bus to Magellan.
Dean sits back in his armchair.
That's it. I hope there aren't any questions.
No more questions.
Rayhet claps his hands in satisfaction.
Great.
He reaches for the tape recorder, but thinks better of it.
Protocol calls for a little welcoming preamble, but dash it all, that's nonsense. Welcome to Concord Station.
As he's about to turn away, Dean suddenly remembers something.
Oh yes, I sent your mail to your Kairos. Check your new messages. Well, that's all, I think.
We can just go any of theirs and we can get the data. There are the messages. Just telling me what I need to do. Camera control. Oh. Alright, so we'll register him. Register Monty. Double check your input, press send. There's nothing important looking on there, so not too worried about it.
Never thought this would...
So Monty, you've added him to the database. Takes off his spectacles, rests them in a cushion behind him, envelops you in a big hug. Puts his glasses back on. Thank you for such an impressive example of cooperation with a stranger. Perhaps the Dome really is a special
nice
place. Let's get our stuff done, quick as possible.
Your reliable guide to the world of the future.
Behind the storage counter, you see a small, neat guy. His gingery hair shines with something like brilliantine. His badge says, Sidney Maynard, storekeeper. The silver perks up at your approach. A thick logbook appears at once from under the counter. Sidney puts on thick glasses that seem to age him 5 decades in an instant and studies the lined pages. The silver finally stops and pins down a particular page with his finger.
This is your first uniform requisition, right? You can also purchase any equipment you need for the desert directly from me.
Get your
Maynard
equipment.
adjusts his glasses in a businesslike manner.
And before I give you the uniform, please listen to these short instructions.
Listening.
Sidney fiddles with his hairstyle.
So, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Life under the dome can be dangerous. You may get shot, spill acid on yourself, get electrocuted, or suffer the effects of a dangerous anomaly. You may also freeze to death or get fried.
Alright, so of course electrical, fire, cryo damage, psionic damage is anomaly, or acid, makes sense. Getting shot, it makes more
That's why
sense.
it's important to wear protective equipment when traveling outdoors. Of course, in hazardous situations, the equipment will get damaged, and the more it's damaged, the more often one has to repair it.
The silver steps back from his counter to indicate the repair kit boxes piled in the back of the warehouse. He points back at the shelves behind him.
We've got repair kits for this gear. There are Blue Wing specialists ready to help you at any large base, of course, but they're not always available. So, you'd better learn how to use repair kits and workbenches on your own. It's a useful skill.
Sidney rests the logbook on the desk.
That's all the instructions. Now, I'm going to issue your uniform.
The silver disappears into the back for a while and returns with a small package. Unfolding the package, Maynard shows you a brand spanking new uniform. Sydney half unfolds the clothes. A jacket, high boots, and turnip pants with patch pockets.
The technician's uniform screams function over fashion. Parts of the uniform are rubberized to protect you while working with electricity.
He raises a finger.
One more important thing. In accordance with Order 16-225, helmets and gloves are not issued, but they're available for purchase from me. Please bear in mind that a full set includes headgear or a mask, jacket, trousers, gloves, and boots.
Sydney hands you the package.
Here's your uniform. Enjoy.
Leave. Oh, take all. Let's just store all my clothes in there. Alright, so let's put my clothes on. So I can look all dashing. There we go.
Anything urgent, Mr. Krachkov?
That is really quick. I need to adjust that. All we're doing is we can see some of the stuff that we can adjust in the game. We got, of course, the text, voiceovers, show subtitles. We got the difficulty, so we can change it during the game. Okay, that's nice. Rotation speed, we're going to lower that down some. Shake, I'm okay with that. We got your belt, so you got your stuff on your belt right here. This is your belt on the bottom right. Right, we're gonna continue to look. And input just gives you all your input. Obviously what your hotkeys are. Resolution, of course, mine's 2K, borderless, da. And then sound I had to change and adjust. So you got a decent amount of changing.
Look, here's the scanner data. It says the relic is a scientific...
Okay, let's get her going.
The smell of good tobacco wafts off this tall, portly woman from a meter away. A black lacquered pipe,
You don't look
an
portly.
open logbook full of signatures, and a metal flip calendar sit on the counter in front of her. A small nameplate reads, Margarita Tkachenko. The woman fixes her coppery hair with one hand and casually lights her pipe.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Her voice is deep and gravelly. Margarita thumbs back a couple of pages in her logbook.
I see. This was your first receipt.
I'm liking the narrator guy. I like the voice. Some people might not. I like it. I do. And actually, he somewhat sounds like Martin Sheen to me. Maybe I'm just crazy, but if you listen to it, it seems like it sounds like Martin Sheen.
She glances at her Kairos, looks at you, snorts, and retreats to the shelves. Tkachenko returns a couple of minutes later,
I think it's
carrying
Martin Sheen, it
something
sounds
that
like.
looks more like a toy than a weapon. The weapon seems weightless as she spins it around her finger.
I ain't telling you shit about this thing, because that's exactly how much I know. Laser, schmazer, cadmium battery, fiberglass body, blah, 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 blah. You probably know more about it than I do. Here.
Accept it, point it down.
Margarita drags on her pipe and releases a puff of thick, yellow smoke.
I see you know the rules and won't cause problems.
Thanks and
The
leave.
armorer shrugs, puffing indifferently on her pipe.
It's the least I could do. We have a requisition list from the Silvers. For free, you receive only rubbish. If you want the real deal, check out the weaponry shop. Or me. Wait a minute. Sign your name here in the meantime.
Margarita reaches under her counter and produces a set of ammunition.
A new set of ammo is issued for every task, but there's so much bureaucracy you'll go daft. Expenditure report. Form number 16. Disposal form. The Silver's running true to form. So if you need more ammo, I recommend you either search or barter for it. Or learn how to craft it on your own. These are useful skills. Trust me.
Leaning over the counter, the black points somewhere off to one side.
Now it's time for your training. Fatherby is already waiting for you by the big gate. He's a bit dotty, but a good man nonetheless. But before the training zone, go see that wizard guy with his toothpicks. Be careful around him, though. Don't let him pitch you a line. Psychic my ass.
She winces in disgust.
Let's steal some stuff here.
The Silvers about that idiot. They'll take the appropriate measures. I hate those oranges. Break locks for.
Nothing. Dirt? I'll take dirt. Oh, I'll talk to him.
A lean silver with thick black hair and a huge cigar clamped in his teeth is sitting in front of you. As you approach, he flashes a sly grin and slowly raises an outstretched hand above the table. Something really weird happens. All the paper clips, pencils, scattered toothpicks, and bits of trash float up from the table and hang in the air. The silver badge reading Andrei Mihai, Sci Instructor, floats up as well.
Again, I'm gonna approach like nothing's happening.
Here for the briefing, huh? Shall we get to it?
He takes the cigar out of his mouth and exhales a lush cloud of smoke.
They are ready.
The silver props his elbows on the table.
Anyway, here's the deal. It's more profitable for people with a high psyche to study psionics. Give me your hand.
Not waiting for an answer, he grabs your hand with strong, dark fingers. Andrei gropes your hand briefly, then lets go, disappointed.
The pills, huh? The anti-migraine, sleeping pills, neuroleptics, downers. What do you mean you don't take them? Well, off you go then. That means no talent, huh? Why waste time? No wasting time now. But alas, regulations demand it, so I'll give you a glove too. Regulations, huh?
The silver takes a thin glove covered in talc from his desk and passes it to you.
Look, a glove, right? But it isn't just a glove. This is an ooh mama hold me tight glove. It takes energy from your noggin, your psyche, and pew concentrates it.
He counts off on his fingers.
Learn
Won't be very good with my
science.
guy.
Put on the glove. Transform energy into the necessary shape. That's the whole briefing. Simple? Simple. Now to your questions, huh?
We're just gonna leave. Alright, we gotta put our gun on. Put their... put our glove in our gun, but not really gonna use the,
An engineer in a bright blue jacket is tinkering with the door lock, cursing under his breath non-stop. Blowing a curly strand of hair off his forehead, he turns to you.
You're a newcomer, right? It's a straight-up open house here today.
He offers you his hand. According to his badge, this is Maxim Penkovsky, technician. The technician slaps the door with one hand.
You have to wait until I'm done. Some orange jammed up the lock with chewing gum just for a laugh. They're like animals, those oranges, marking their territory. If you ask me, they're too gracious about those bastards in Crystal Sands.
I ask him whether he can open the door.
Penkovsky grunts angrily.
I wish I could. I'm gonna have to disassemble, clean, and reassemble it to get it working. It's work I don't need, and all thanks to some idiot.
Maxime extracts a thin, sharp, precision probe from behind his ear and dangles it in front of you.
Though there's another way. You want to learn something about picking locks? It's a useful skill in all sorts of situations.
He looks at you expectantly.
I'd like to learn how to
The
pick
blue's
locks.
getting excited.
All right, looky here.
Penkovsky presses his pick lock, and an odd device resembling a hybrid of a screwdriver and a can opener into your hand.
Using a mechanical pick lock is easy peasy. No special skill
I
required.
have to turn it up. They're kind
They
of
wear
quiet,
out
I
after
think.
A few locks. While the old-fashioned kind is another thing entirely. Cheap, one use. But one has to know how to use it right. That's a tool for a master.
Maxime takes out another pick lock and crouches by the door. He gives you a quick lesson on how to pick a lock.
By the way, you can carry your tools in your belt. It's much handier to have them right there.
Penkovsky shows you his utility belt, where he keeps all kinds of tools and gadgets.
Actually, finding tools under the dome is no problem at all. There are even devices for hacking terminals and so on.
Maxime hoists up his belt. The blue solemnly raises his index finger.
And one more thing. Always use brand name stuff if you can. Groovy produces good kits. Modus and Supercolor do too. They've all got fat contracts with Cronus, so they care about quality.
He looks at the door again.
Damn these locks. Though I'd rather be doing this than fixing hab pods. Those are a real pain in the ass.
Alright, leave. Alright, so we gotta put this...
I repeat, get a
Toolbar?
pick and attach it to your utility belt.
Attention, attention. Please handle relics carefully. In case of damage, your life will be forfeit.
I don't think I have room. There, we'll do that.
And then, apply it to the door. Yes, apply is
Why doesn't he pick it? He's teaching me how to do this.
great.
He should have been able to open it already. Right?
Excursion to a world of new technology and the riddles of an
I
ancient
think it's this way
civilization.
first.
Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a
Sipping a margarita right on this spot.
Need a vacuum.
Sounds like a sci-fi story, but we aren't strangers to sci-fi here. The detailed plans are ready, and according to that,
Alright, take all.
in the west, with bars, casinos, spas.
A middle-aged black is sitting behind the counter with his hands in his lap. The buttons and zippers on his uniform are polished to a shine, and even his badge, Winston Botherby, instructor, has been buffed so much it hurts to look at it. Botherby frowns as you approach.
Your first act is being late for the briefing. You going to be late for your funeral as well?
Not to attention.
The black looks you over.
Yes, I see the weapon received check mark. Looks like you are fully prepared to disappoint me. You are prepared, right, employee?
I am prepared to disappoint
Botherby
you.
leans over the counter and directs you to the doors.
Behind this door is a combat simulation computer. Launch it and begin your course.
He raises his index finger.
The conditions in the training zone closely simulate those one would experience in the field. Your goal is to avoid getting lost and dying of dehydration. And try to aim the barrel away from yourself when shooting.
Pulling a notepad from his pocket, the instructor jots down your name.
Your goal is to hit 3 targets. I'm going to monitor you and advise as necessary. And try not to burst into tears. That's all.
Alright, so... Okay, gun is on. Perfect. Let me adjust the volume. It is a little quiet. Try that. You're Alpha. Victor slow as he changes. Sherman system. Alpha squad enters the battle. Oh, this is different from last time. Refrigerant barrel. Does that guy have a gun? No. I'm gonna shoot him from here. He's down. Perfect. What is this thing? Trap discovered. Let's see. Ionization. Butt stroke. Light, heavy, and high-tech weapon ability. Damage 50%, 5%. Have your muscle. I don't have much muscle. shoot that. It's not firing line. I'll move over here. Yeah! Alright. We're gonna pass. Oh, that's nice. Oh, conveniently. Yeah, right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the dome from the inside.
Make it quick.
Oh, hide your weapon.
Botherby nods grandly.
You made it through training without making a total fool of yourself. Congratulations. I'll send a report up the chain about your completely unanticipated success. You're dismissed, employee.
So they must have had an update, is why I didn't get all my stuff. Or my stuff didn't save. But I like how they got more. Everybody's talking at once.
Listen to this information, useful for all wings, and receive a colorful leaflet.
You see a tall scientist in a white lab coat, bathed in the dim lamplight. He almost appears to be hovering above the laboratory floor. The man turns at your footsteps. He's holding a paper clipboard and a pencil. His shimmering silver badge reads Sebastian Van Olden. He glances from you to the glittering watch on his wrist.
I want us to respect one another's time. Please speak loudly, clearly, and to the point. You must be the newcomer I was told about. Nice to meet you.
Finished with his unusual greeting, he offers you his thin hand.
Greet him.
The
Oh, yeah.
scientist puts the clipboard aside, raises his watch for a closer look, and sets the timer. He shows you his watch dial.
According to the rules of this briefing, I have to touch on a large number of topics. Therefore, I will do so very briefly. Do not interrupt me. When I'm finished, I'll answer your questions within...
Sebastian
interrupted him.
produces his handheld and clicks some buttons.
I checked your scanner. It's working and is connected to the Minerva database. Everything you scan will earn you Chronos or Forefathers knowledge points.
The instructor watches you with displeasure.
Are you listening? Scan everything that might be of scientific interest. First of all, anomalies. They could be dangerous. Make sure to always have medication with you.
He places a canvas pouch in your hand.
This pouch is full of bolts. You can temporarily discharge an anomaly by throwing a bolt into it. It's primitive, but reliable.
Van Olden pushes a button on his stopwatch.
So, my oral briefing fell within the allotted span of time. Any questions you want to ask me?
Nope.
The scientist glances at his watch again.
You're within the time limit for questions. The next step is training in the artificial ecozone.
He rests one finger on the button in preparation to start the timer.
You're going to go downstairs and scan relics. I will be monitoring your progress. Please note there are several radioactive anomalies in the ecozone. These are the same conditions you'll be working in the field. Radioactive zones and relics are quite common under the dome.
He smoothly extracts a jar of yellow pills from his pocket.
Here's your Arad 3. And one more thing. Just a moment.
Our honest work will make the world a better place.
Let's go.
Casinos, spas. Please stand by for decontamination to end. But I'm sure I'll be here in a year and will feel like a real queen.
Now, makes me what else has changed then since I played it 2 days ago. I don't have a shovel. That's not gonna work.
Be careful around the anomaly. Touch one of them and you'll be injured. Toss a bolt at the anomaly to discharge it. Journal entry. A successful scan.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Of course. Try it again. Boom. Go. You don't. It doesn't interrupt them very long.
Journal entry. 2 objects scanned. And again, watch out for anomalies. Touch one and you'll be injured. Toss a bolt at the
Like a
anomaly
pro.
to discharge it. Journal entry. All 3 objects have
Sebastian meets you on the platform.
Your finishing time is within the acceptable range.
Better
He
be.
clicks the stopwatch button, fixing the result time. The scientist turns back to his notes.
Not bad. One question. You observed several anomalies while scanning. Why do you think they appeared?
Okay, we're gonna try this time.
I'd like to hear your opinion.
I don't know.
The scientist assumes a superior expression.
I knew you'd come up with something like that. I see you understand nothing about the nature of anomalies. So let me add a couple of points.
I think he proceeds to tell me he doesn't know.
He glances at the shimmering blue light in the eco zone.
The truth is, we don't know the precise reason for these phenomenon either. We actually know nothing, no matter how much we try to convince ourselves otherwise.
Sebastian points a thin finger at the clustered lightning.
I personally believe that the anomalies are the dome's security mechanism. The ones you saw are relatively harmless, but there are different anomalies in the desert, phenomenon that toy with the human mind.
Van Olden clasps his hands behind his back.
I know you don't care, but I'll say it anyway. Scientists today are required to be wonder workers who can heal cancer with a wave of their hand and solve the secrets of the universe during their coffee break. For some reason, no one wants to understand that fundamental science is always an investment in the future. It produces no answers here and now.
The White's gaze strays back to his clipboard.
If something terrible happens under the dome one day, and I'm sure it will, science will protect no one. That is all. Off you go.
I'm gonna steal from you. Get in there. Big door. I think I'm gonna walk beside it.
And receive a colorful leaflet.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. Nope. Oh my gosh. Don't store. Take all. We'll scan this. +1 evasion, saved AP -1. Rather not lose AP. Alright, so let's, I think we're ready to go.
Please stand by for decontamination to end. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dome from the Inside.
Welcome under the dome. An amazing excursion to a world of new technology and the
Ed,
riddles
spit
of
it out.
ancient civilization.
I can see that something's bothering you.
Well, it's a bit of a private matter, you see.
God. Come on
Boy,
already.
please come here. There's an urgent task for you.
Alright, take it. Oh, I don't need to scan it. I'm gonna scan it anyway. Or maybe it worked. Alright, good. Yeah, we're gonna place that on there because it gives me a little bit more carrying power. I'm not very strong. Oh, stop it.
Well, hello there.
Tall, bland man in his 40s mechanically touches the brim of his black cap and extends his hand for a shake. Fingers are rock hard. Draws his hand as soon as he touches it. The badge on his chest reads Adolf Schmitz, head of security. Schmitz studies you, or is studying your back disapprovingly, it seems. He wipes a bit of lint off your shoulder and adjusts the collar of your jumpsuit. The uniform could use a wash badly. I just got the uniform, so they gave me a dirty uniform. I'm Adolf Schmitz, head of security system. You were sent, are you to be sent to Magellan, but there was a change of circumstances. Black nods towards the door behind him. Got an urgent order for you. Your help needed at a nearby object. Mr. Kingsley is waiting right now to give you your assignment. He'll tell everything himself. Steps aside, glancing down at your boots. Shakes his head morosely. Steps aside, inviting you to the room. Come in, please. The video phone is on the wall over there.
The giant display glows welcomingly when you approach. A red light comes on under the screen's steel hood. The camera is switched on.
I don't know why he didn't have a voice, though.
A gray old man with high cheekbones appears and squints out at you from the screen.
Do you copy?
Yeah.
He leans close to the camera, his glasses glittering.
My name is Martin Kingsley. I'm Chief Officer of Magellan Base. We were supposed to meet in person, but unforeseen circumstances prevented that. One moment. I'll grab your file.
He reaches for something out of view and produces a thin folder with your name on the cover. Apparently, your file. Kingsley opens the folder to thumb through the pages. He marks one of the pages with a pencil.
Well, well. So you're in Blue Wing. A solid choice. Does it run in the family? Or did the role attract you for some other reason?
I like tinkering.
The quick strokes of the administrator's pencils suggest he's added 2 big plus signs to your file.
There's around 6,000 vehicles inside the dome now, and that number will only keep growing. You have enough work here for years to come.
Kingsley closes the file and folds his hands in front of him.
Thank you for your reply. I learned a little more about you. Now I want you to learn a little bit more about us. Keep in mind, this is not a rehearsed speech.
He assumes a serious expression.
When the dome was discovered in 1971, it became a scientific and media sensation, a worldwide phenomenon, and likely the most significant discovery in the history of mankind.
Kingsley drums his fingers on the unseen desk, his gaze focused somewhere beyond.
I see. You were enticed here by radio advertising, telefilms, and all those interviews, billboards at every turn. Cronus wants the world to see the dome as a stage where something merry and fascinating is going on. But now that you're actually here, I want you to see the real picture.
You can't make out his eyes behind the glare on his spectacles, but he seems to be staring directly at you.
Here's the truth. Nobody was waiting for us inside the dome. It's neither a treasury of technologies nor a cemetery of the ancients. Perhaps what we're doing now is defusing the world's most complicated bomb. Will our mission thrive? I believe so. If we work together and everybody does their part.
He looks back at your file.
I say, do what must be done. Because that's what the concept of the 5 wings is all about.
Kingsley points at the camera.
You're from Blue Wing. You're looking at the world's most complicated infrastructure, and that complexity keeps growing. Your duties are not limited to maintenance and service. You'll be keeping up the image of the world in its accustomed form. Without hot water and electricity, people will revert to beasts in an astonishingly short order, though it might seem that.
Putting the folder aside, he sits back and stares at you in silence. It gets so quiet that the ticking of a clock can be heard through the speakers. Kingsley sighs quietly.
You were probably waiting for some boilerplate welcome speech, but I prefer to talk about real-world problems. Glad to meet you.
That you are.
Martin nods slowly.
I apologize once again for this long-distance meeting. Now, as we don't have much time, I'd like to get to the point. I'm sure you're curious why you were taking off the bus to Magellan and brought here instead.
He moves closer to the camera.
I'm going to show you a short video. Please pay attention.
Kingsley's face freezes on screen.
I have an urgent mission for an employee of your background and qualifications. I'd have assigned someone from Magellan, but I'm short on personnel. That's why it has to be a newcomer. I apologize again for the rush, but it seems I have no choice.
Martin noisily clears his throat.
Maybe you've heard about Nashville Base. While preparing the materials for this mission, I came across a short documentary film about the complex. I think you should watch it.
All right.
The speakers produce a hollow click. Purple, gray, and black spots flicker on the screen. A blurred title, The Cronus Archive 1971 to 1974, was used in the production of this recording, appears at the bottom. The shadow of an airplane flies across a faded yellow desert. A cheery voice fills the room. Every day, our researchers uncover more and more of the dome's secrets. There is no doubt the underground structures, so-called objects, are organized according to some pattern. Though early on, the importance of the relics to scientific research was considered insignificant. The desert dims into the black of a chalkboard. White lines drawn by an invisible hand begin to sketch a schematic of the dome. The narrator continues. By 1972, however, many important discoveries had come to light in a period of only a few months, and the construction of stationary research bases adjacent to the more promising objects began. Personnel moved into Ankara in May of 1972, and within half a year, Boston and Dessau were also brought into service, though the biggest discovery was yet to come. The picture changes to a chasm suffused with electric light, people bustling about everywhere. The speaker's voice seems to come from a distance. In November of 1973, a massive network of underground caves and a structure of hitherto unseen complexity was discovered in Sector C-12. Soon afterwards, the construction of C-12 Nashville began. The camera glides through dim caverns as the silhouettes of bizarre mechanisms emerge. Metal structures loom up from the dark, surrounded by earth-moving machines and exhausted miners wearing orange jumpsuits.
Trying to describe, like, part of Total Recall?
The speaker continues. C-12 Nashville is an innovative research complex located atop the primary relic mining location. The complexity of this object is unique. Communications... The film abruptly cuts out, and Kingsley's face reappears.
The rest of this information is classified. Hopefully you get the main idea. Nashville is a very special place, requiring people with both special qualifications and special clearance level, though yours will do for your task.
Task is...
Martin adjusts his glasses.
So, the task. Nashville base stopped transmitting and receiving signals yesterday evening. A reconnaissance group was sent out earlier today, but we haven't heard anything from them yet either.
The chief officer rubs his forehead.
Normally, I would never give this task to a newcomer like yourself, but I just don't have enough people.
He looks down at the documents again.
Furthermore, the group was lacking someone with your specialization. The communication problem appears to be more severe than I thought. Nashville's technicians could use another Blue Winger's help.
Kingsley is looking into the camera once more.
Your task is to get to Nashville, figure out whatever's behind the communication problem, get in touch with the group, and work with them to solve the problem.
The chief officer carefully returns the documents to the folder. You notice his hands tremble slightly.
Go downstairs. The truck must be waiting for you in storage. This task is urgent, but a small delay is acceptable if there's anything you need to settle here first. That is all.
No
Any
questions?
Nope. Kingsley's hand reaches toward the camera.
Great to hear. Take care of yourself. I'll talk to you later.
Fantastic. We got a few things we can loot down here. Parts, fiber optic cable.
Where's the cargo manifest? I know what it is. I know it came from Campbell, but I can't accept the cargo without the manifest.
That's one big bug, though.
Manifests he wants. Always manifests.
Huge, disgusting dead insect lying on the cargo trailer. Sculpture resembles an ordinary cockroach. Yellowish hemolymph. Flows among the tarpaulin's folds. It mixes with the acid, leaving bleach stains on the cloth. Scan him. Green-gray sweeps the remnants for a while, then fades. New entry for your Karis. Soldier emerges from behind the truck. It's black dusty, or uniform dusty. He approaches you. Are you from the technical department? Sophie wants to know when her servo shell will be ready. The parts arrived yet? Say you're not from the department. Ah, I see. I'll tell you what to expect. Endless crawling through ventilation ducts and repairing air conditioners, as well as mainframe, kettles, and coffee machines. Most of your time will be wasted on ordering parts from the bureaucrats. And then you'll be working into the nights to avoid a fine from the Silvers. Watches you closely, relishing your facial expression.
You're a cold man, Ulf. You're heartless. Hey, did you see that storm? Hell, you want me to go back out there?
Or
Those are the rules, Todd. Nothing I can do. Sorry.
Enter John.
Damn it.
Alright.
Well, I guess I'm going back to Campbell then.
Truck is here that we need to use, I think. I gotta loot everything. Locked. Do that. I do have a lockpick, right? Yeah, I have another one. Yeah. Insufficient ability score. Alright. Well. Don't look like anything else. The orange crawler truck is waiting at gate 3. Vehicle's number has been scrubbed off by the desert wind and sand. This must be the transport Kingsley spoke of. The driver's side door is half open. A young woman sitting sideways in the driver's seat, legs hanging out.
Oh, hello there.
She offers her hand. I am Clara Morgan, and you're the novice going to Nashville, right? What's your name? How do you feel? Do you mind if I smoke in the car? Her handshake is surprisingly firm. Clara smells of soap, some fragrance, and slightly of gasoline. Ask her what she knows about C12. The blue adjusts crucifix hanging around her neck. It's a miracle of the Lord. A lot of rare relics have been coming out of Nashville recently. It's like a modern El Dorado. You know what El Dorado is, don't you? El Dorado is... Kayla rambles on for some time about a huge cave out of Nashville. Hundreds of relics pouring out every week. Let's start. You climb into the cabin, plunk yourself down in the passenger seat. The truck seems bigger on the inside. A wood rosary hanging in the driver's mirror. The radio murmurs quietly. Lean back in your chair. Claire slams her door. We're going then. Should probably go now. The roads are bad. Very little asphalt. Dirt tracks mostly. God willing, we'll get there before the storm hits. Mind if I turn the radio up a bit? You like music? Blues? Gospel? I, for instance, like... I don't care what she likes. Make out exactly what Kara likes. The roar of the engines smothers the rest of her sentence, and the truck lurches into motion.
Come back again.
Like an hour before you can get into leaving the place.
The highway leading to C12 Nashville is blocked by an anomalous storm, and you're forced to detour over a mountain pass. Soon, the radiator boils over, and you have to stop. Clara lifts up the hood and thoroughly examines the steaming radiator.
The engine's boiling, so we'll have to wait. You do know what happens when a car boils, right? It's...
The blue shuts her mouth abruptly and stares anxiously at the dark funnel cloud dancing on the horizon. Now that you're on higher ground, it's clear that the storm has overtaken a fairly large section of road. It will be difficult to pass.
What should we do next?
The blue looks at the engine again.
We wait. As soon as it cools down, we'll go. This storm worries me more, but it's not an insurmountable problem. I heard there are some relics at the local gas station that protect against anomalies. You could even accidentally step on one out here, they say. Mysterious are the ways of the Lord.
Find out what's interesting about the gas station.
Morgan thinks for a moment.
It's a combination cafe gas station called Roadside Picnic. Never been there myself, but there's something off about it. There are several anomalies around there and weird relics. Supposedly, machines and structures decay much faster than they should in that area. But maybe that's just a story.
Ask about anomaly storms like this one.
The Blue looks at the storm once more.
There have been more and more of these lately, and they're getting stronger. I personally think it's divine judgment for how we've squandered the riches under the dome.
She sighs and squirms.
I knew people who got caught in one of those storms. They blow up so fast, there's no chance to get away. God rest their souls.
The Blue makes the sign of the cross.
Tell me about the relics.
Your companion perks up a bit. She seems to be interested in this subject.
This place is registered as a resource anomaly zone. Do you know what that is? It's when the relics mined there have been studied and deemed useful.
Not much is known about these relics. They dampen anomaly fields, even very strong ones. They're found in other parts of the dome. They're known as bronze apples or aluminum apples. I don't remember, but something like that. All right, let's go to the gas station. Look at this turret. Automated stationary firing sim and clearing seen better days. It's covered with rust and dents. I'm able to fix it. I can shoot it. I can do anything else with it. Yeah, I'll take all. Another guy. Gotta look through the trash. Got to. Yeah, ooh, some scissors.
Who the hell goes there? Come on in, since you're already here.
Weird, scruffy old man. The matted beard sits in front of the checkout terminal. The badge on his blue jumpsuit is long since bleached away. His name is Aaron Melville, is written there in black marker. The groan, he picks a magnifying glass and, peering through it, begins poking in the keyboard, one knobby finger. The keyboard displays a short tune. Checkmate, the system declares. The old man angrily sets the magnifying glass aside. A grandmaster. Piece of junk, not a grandmaster. A cheater to boot. He raised his head to squint in your direction. What do you want? I don't advise eating here, and there's nothing to buy, and either way we're closed. Shopkeeper raises from his seat, and you notice he is sporting a peg where his left leg should be. Why you mean? Don't mess around, sniffs loudly. You want to write a complaint? Go ahead. He looks at you for a minute, then realizes you're not going to complain. Clearly expression slowly leaves his face. The angry turns into a sad one. After a brief pause, he speaks again. Yeah, well, I do have some problems. He lowers his voice and almost whispered. Oranges pick on me. Escapees, by the looks of it. They demand food, money, gas. I've got a turret in the entrance, but it doesn't do... it doesn't work. My stand-in screwed something up in the circuitry in the basement. Got to take a look when I get a chance, but my leg is acting up. These rickety stairs just ain't my cup of tea. So here I am, sitting and playing chess, waiting for those bastards to come back. Melville getting grim again, he adds, "It's my business, and you'd best stay out of it. But if you want to, here's the key. Go down to the basement and see if you can do something with that generator. Maybe you could get a turret to work. That'd make things easy." Say my truck broke down. Old man throws his hands up and scowls. Then go fix it. Why are there people sitting in the cafe if it's closed? How should I know? They came in and sat down. Ask them yourself. Ask the old man if he knows how to protect the truck from anomalies. Melville reluctantly points a crooked finger at the door. Go up there and walk over to the gas station and go down to the basement. There's an anomaly. A tree that's glowing. And there's some golden thingies hanging off of it. We make special devices from fruit called anomaly protectors. Should be one laying around on the floor. Go grab it and then put it in the truck. And bug off to... Where's that you're going to? That's where you bug off to. Blue starts slapping the pockets of his overalls. After a little digging, he pulls out a little key on a shoelace. Only take the device. You hear? It's company property. Should be charging myself, as a matter of fact. Key. Alright, so in here, I'm taking more than you told me. You can do some cooking in here. Alright. Yeah, we need some cooking. There's a sink. Let's reload our gun. I don't know what's going to happen. What is that noise? Nothing found. Some stuff here. Canister. Stack of documents. What the heck I do with that? Refrigerant barrel. Okay. That's what I'm supposed to look at, I guess. Scratching. Oh, there's rats or something down here. Knock. Right, like a bunch of rubber balls bouncing inside. So I could disturb a rat's nest. Oh, I could do that. Ow! Oh, there's more rats. Oh, I get his eyeball. Am I bleeding? My God, did he really hurt me? He didn't die? Because I'm missing him. There we go. That rat kicked my butt. Holy cow. He must have made me bleed. good. I think it's too far. Oh, he's gonna hit me. Oh! I am a horrible shot. Alright, see if we can fix this thing. Steady electric buzz. Perfect. Well, we gotta level up, so before we go upstairs, reload our gun. How much ammo do I have? Maybe I should use a med kit. Do I really want to use a med kit? Does food heal me? Let's see. Well, we have to deal with hunger, thirst, fatigue, encumbrance. Hunger negative 200. Healing. I don't want to use that. Brains plus 2. Soap. Weapon power cell. Alright, that's my ammo. Yeah, food for 150. Heartburn for... Potato gives you heartburn? What do we got? Alright, we'll try to eat it. Soon. Alright, so that does heal me some. I don't know what to expect. Got 18 points, so... Put some more points. We'll put 60, so now we got different attacks. Active ability. Energy shot, ionization. What's ionization? Energy shot just must be just a normal shot then. Alright. What's 70 into tech? 60. But we're gonna need some stuff in survival. So I can get more. I got some of these because of my skills I took. Science 25. What do you think? We'll put it into science. Right, level 2, no perks. Rad force. Should probably save it. Get a save. I don't know. I don't know if it's saved. Oh, it's saved. The old man sits at the counter with his head propped in a hand. No food, no supplies, and coffee is horseshit. Get out of here. Oh, it's you again. Say you repaired the turret? The old man squints and gives you a silly smile. So it's like that. Well, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know you'd be any good. We do food. Get some noodles from the vending machine there. I told you we're close. There aren't deliveries.
Hi there.
As you approach the table, you catch the end of a strange dialogue. A gray, long-haired man in a silver jacket is making weird gestures as he confidently explains something to the young girl sitting next to him. The only logical and undoubtedly correct answer is this. The dome vibrates out of sync with the universe, hence all the anomalies. Seeing you, he raises 2 fingers in a peace sign. The man radiates calm and goodwill. Peace be upon you. My name is Rabindranith. Oh my god. This is my sister Swallow. Their outsized pupils, Sister Swallow's eyes remind you of twin forefather anomalies. She stretches her hand out on top of the table as if hoping to melt into it. Hello. Oh, my fingers are warm. Lines, lines, waves. Rabindranith looks from her to you and giggles like a child. I'm sorry. When I feel good, I like to share with my neighbor. Ignore it, please. Studying for medical. Swallow rubs her cheeks again and the table's surface. Absolutely peace written all over her face. Rabindranith sighs or sways slightly on the couch and weaves an invisible pattern in the air with his fingers. 2 have taken enough drugs to knock out an entire Blackwing squadron. Having guessed what you're thinking, the silver gives you a tricksy smile. Well, consciousness doesn't widen itself. Stimulators, okay. You have to help it along. It's very good for deep spiritual discussions, you know. Calm them down. It's okay. They can widen their conscience as much as they want. Yeah. Rabindranith laughs. Well, that's a very wise attitude to take, isn't it, Swallow? The girl nods enthusiastically. Yeah, what crazy pants am I? I forgot. I brought Jutha Jones with me. Have you heard about him? Oh, I read some of my favorite quotes aloud. Join our book club if you wish. Club. He chuckled again.
Why should we depend on rational knowledge? Reason leads us up a blind alley over and over again. There are only 2 true paths to knowledge. Mystical epiphanies and my books.
Right. What has reason ever given us anyway?
As you well know, 2 + 2 = 4. The earth goes around the sun, and you should wash your hands before you eat.
That is true.
Uh-huh.
And that means everything else in this book is also true.
Cyborgization of the soul with assistance from machine elves from another dimension is our only chance to reach exo-nirvana.
Wow.
These so-called mentally healthy people can't count on ascension, even with help from the forefathers' UFOs powered by the energy of the lower chakras.
I pity them.
The visible world is a
Guy's
hologram
crazy.
built by a trans-dimensional supercomputer, built by the race of quasi-demiurges to restrict humanity's potential.
I've always suspected something like this.
The sacred energy virus of the forefathers recombines the human genome, implanting the Omega
Okay,
chromosome.
that's enough. Listen to your craziness. Oh, it can go up there. Okay. This must be the gas station part? No, I don't want to buy anything. I want to take stuff out of the garbage. Oh, it's just dirt. No. Taking enough dirt. Travis Brightman.
Oh, hello there.
A man in a dirty jumpsuit is sitting on the bench by the gas station. He's holding a cotton pad and balancing a piece of rock on his knee. The blue moistens the cotton pad with alcohol and runs it over the stones, and he squeezes the essence into a metal jar and emits a golden light. The cotton pad freezes amid wipe. The blue looks up. You read his badge, Travis Brightman. Explosive Ordnance Disposal. Are you going inside the gas station? I wouldn't recommend it. The blue squeezes the pad and sets it aside. And you can see he's a bit nervous. Oh, what's wrong with the gas station? He shivers and chilled. It's like this. There's kind of anomalies. Some are just horrible. You get me? There's a lot of such places, and awful things happen to anyone who stumbles across them. The gas station itself isn't that bad, but the basement. There's something there. Something like a tree, and it's running out of room. Soon it'll be too big for that space, mark my words. Sometimes it sheds these smaller relics. They're nothing special, but they do protect you from all kinds of anomalies. Which is useful. I found one myself, but the effect has already worn off, and I'm not going back for another. There's someone in the basement. A very skeezy someone. Not alive, but also not dead. In a word, a nasty thing. I don't recommend meeting it. What are you doing? It's not a rhetorical question, is it? I'm sitting outside a weird gas station with a basement straight out of Weird Tales, mining relic dust. Is that legal? Technically, no, but Kronos encourages the black market for relics every way they can, so... anything interesting around here? This place is full of interesting stuff. In an anomalous zone? After all, machinery doesn't last long in this area, so I walked here. The Whites say the typical retrograde anomaly, even know where the source is. It's all from the gas station. There's a huge second-class fractal relic in the basement, and sometimes small golden balls fall off it. I would take a couple myself, but there's something weird going on here. I advise you to stay away. Oh yeah, the path behind the diner leads to the swamp. That's where you'll find the microlux. I've marked the place as worthless, though it's beautiful, of course. Why is it worthless? The man working in the swamp told me, wherever you find microlux, you'll find mobiles. But whatever the mobiles are, you better not go. I'm glad the passage to the swamp has been blocked with rocks. Feels safer. Find out what's going on in the basement. Alright, as long as you leave me out of it. 2 words. Something living. There's something alive in there and barely resembles a human being. That's enough for me to keep my distance. No, we're done. Alright, well, should we take a look?
Wouldn't go in there if I were you. Dead end job.
Let's see if we can loot this place up. Okay amount of food. Maybe I'll eat more to keep myself healed. I don't know what to expect down here. Lot to loot. I like it. A lot of potatoes. I'm up there. Crowbar. Not sure exactly what that is. That's the basement. Locked. See if I can unlock this one. Insufficient. Alright. I guess I won't. Craft something. Branch. Okay, what can we craft? Arrow badges. I can make some bandages. It stops bleeding though. Sterile bandages. Oh, it's just 2 different things. Alright. Empty airgun powerlet. Okay. Chemical grenade? I can make grenades? Alright, that's kind of cool. Alright, let's save it before we go down in there. Saved. Since whatever's in here is supposed to be scary. Green. lot of green. Don't use those bullets, though. Give me something I can use. Oh. Oh! Oh! Where does that go to? Pops out here. Oh, there's the tree. Should we sneak? Sneak. Oh, okay. Well, that heals him. Pop out there. Go quick. I don't know if I should try to attack this guy. I got the relic. We try to attack him? Save quick. We can hit him with this. Move back. And wait. We'll see where he moves. I could shoot another one, maybe? Wait. Oh, he don't care? Oh, it's like healed already. That's lame. High temperature shot. Heat damage. Oh, it applies burning? I don't know if I want to go any closer. I could probably throw something in there, but they pop up so quick. Come here. Is that going to give me enough to get away? I don't know if that's good enough to give me away. I'm going to move here. Oh. What the heck? What is he doing? He's like saving all this stuff. He suspects something. My God, this guy has some hit points. He's gonna go just tear me up, isn't he? What is he doing? He's still bleeding? Or firing me? I don't know if he's burning. Ignites the target for 3 rounds, dealing 1 damage, plus 10% of the target's maximum health for each round. Right? I don't know what he's doing. We might be able to kill him. Again. Yeah! Alright. Go. Oh my god, that was so quick. Get out of it. Can I loot him? Yeah. 80. That stuff hurts, though. Yeah, I just... Wow. Okay. I have a health kit, don't I? Oh yeah, it heals me. Did I level up again? Now, I think there was a chest over here, wasn't there? That's something I can loot? Go take a look. Now that the guy's dead. Let's do a quick save, though. I don't know if I trust it. Anomaly protector. Handcraft device built on the principles of electromagnetic induction. The core is a relic known as the brass apple. Okay. Scan. I want to scan everything. Can't scan that. Techno Woman comic book issue. Oh, we can read it? Techno Woman's numerous enemies are plotting against her. Electro Jackman, Professor Synchrophazotron, and Steel Trunk have joined forces to put the end to the annoying Tanya Parks once and for all. Are they responsible for the huge increase in disappearing pies and beets across America? Will Tanya be able to keep the secret of her identity, defeat all the villains, and save the world? Find out in this mind-blowing issue. Bonus. Attached is a blueprint for yet another gadget from Techno Woman's arsenal. Assemble the device and feel like a hero inventor. It'd be nice if I would have actually learned something. Tree is empty. Well, as much as this keeps popping up, I know there's something in there, but I don't know if it's worth it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, don't walk through the green crap. Do I level up? I leveled up quick. I was not expecting that. That guy took forever. I took so many bullets, though. That's probably stupid to attack him. I think we'll leave that at 60. 70, 60. We'll do the 25 science. Radionucleoids. Okay. Various chemicals preparations with help in chemistry workbench. At 30, allows you to strip inventory parts or items for parts. Fatigue 50 allows you to remove useful parts components from certain objects. The art of cooking. Oh, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to be able to do some of this stuff. Reconnaissance. Allows you to be more accurate, assess the situation in combat during the item. Okay. +1 initiative, that's nice. Overclocking. Tinkerer, contraptions. Tool juggler. Cost of equipping weapons in combat, it reduces to 1 AP. Mechanisms and tools are always at your command. go for more damage. Put the rest in damage. There we go. At 90, it looks like another attack, maybe. Alright, let's go up. I'm probably just going to do maybe a 2-hour video or close to it, I think. See what we can get out of this. See how far we can go. Games like this, takes a long time to do much. Just fine by... Who are these? Oh! These are bad guys? I don't know, but I'm kind of hurt. They're way inside. I think those are the bad guys. Isn't that why I got the turret going? It's for them? Trap discovered. I did? Oh, it's up top. It's on the roof. We can get on the roof? You can use a door to go in from the back. See a ladder up there, though. Is it from the inside, maybe? Is that like a trap? Why is that red? Can you undo traps? I walked through that before. What our weapon? Bolts if they're a hidden oh. Oh. Oh, it's just his view. Awesome. Thank you. The what? How did they barged in? Oh, that's no good. You exit the shed. You stumble across a scene from a movie. A dented Jupiter moon parked to the roadside with 4 strangely dressed tramps idling about. Examine the intruder. People standing around the car are so filthy you barely recognize their Cronus uniforms under the grime. The name tags have been removed, of course, but the ruffian tattoos make it clear you're facing oranges. Examine the car. The car is awful shape, despite being brand new. Jupiter's first got chrome-plated fender moldings in February 1976, which means the car can't be older than 6 months. The driver's door is locked. It's at some point jacked open with something sharp. Knife or a screwdriver. Or it's obviously stolen. So call them. Quietly call out, and bandits turn to you. One of them must be the leader. Takes a step in your direction, eyeing your clothes. Well, well, well. Who's this in the nice, clean uniform? Well, my guy said it was dirty. He grins nastily. So here's the deal, guest. You and that old codger behind the counter. You're going to chip in our gas, and maybe I won't stress test your skull today. Tell them you dislike the old man at the gas station. You'd be happy to waste him yourself. Give him the gas canister. Ask for 20 minutes to cinch the deal. Say you're ready to chip in. Answer, you got a better idea. Better idea. I don't want to be a bad person. Come on. Tell us your better idea. So you're going to stress test some... I can't do any of that stuff. Sure, we're going to stress test his skull. You know, I appreciate your attitude. Want to dance? Okay, then. Put on your ballet slipper... Or put your ballet slippers on. You're glowing. Oh my gosh, look at all these people. Oh, there's only what? 5? I don't know how many people there are.
Structural damage located.
Ow! Ow! How many oh my god, he about killed me. Hoping I can. My turn. I gotta heal. That's all my AP too. Get him! Turret! Oh, the turret didn't do anything. Oh.
I'll make research samples.
Get him with your purple shots. Oh.
Violator.
You think a
Stop
scientist
the
can't
attack.
fight back?
Oh! Oh. Oh my god, he just got really hit.
Stop the attack.
Is that gonna do anything? It's just gonna sit there. A light, heavy, high-tech weapon ability. Pushes the target back 2 meters. Like 2 AP. Whoa! Oh, come on. Waste him! At least they don't hit me.
I know kung fu.
What did you do to him? Who's this person?
I am the law.
Thanks, Judge. Can I shoot him from here? You're gonna poke me in the eye, huh? Let's do this one.
I'll definitely get promoted when this is over.
I'm warning you. I know kung fu.
He's gonna end up killing him. The rifle, that is badass. I like it. My turn. Can I get it? There we go, fine. Got a kill shot on someone. We'll take a bat. Loot your kills. Harpoon. Benamine. Benamine? Like a food? Bullets that I can't use. Less evasion, more fortitude, mechanical resistance. Oopsie. Orange joke about these are the only shoes in the world designed for the greediest bastards from the Silver Wing. In an effort to save money, the manufacturer replaced the zipper with buttons and equipped these cheap leatherette boots with a rigid, almost non-bend sole. I want to click on him. Can I take his car? Oh, let's go in and talk to... Oh, there's a chest up there.
Well, you seem like a better sword than the others. Thanks for the help. Huh. It's a bit crazy in here.
Backs away a few steps at the sight of your weapon in your... Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, Ravi. You already
Sorry for bitching at you, sweetheart. My mood hasn't been great in the last couple weeks. Would you like some coffee? Because I could. The old man takes off his plastic leg and wraps it on the counter. Hey, anybody want some coffee? Coffee. Come on. What's wrong with the local cuisine? Well, I cook it myself here. It's, you know, an acquired taste. How's life? What life? I'm an old man. Life my ass. How's it here? You can't tell if Aaron is coughing or laughing. Well, it's seething with life. People come and go. Picked wingers hanging around the swamp. One such feller came along today. Walking around poking things with the scanner of his. Doesn't shake hands with people. What kind of guy is that? The old man leans close and continues in a confidential tone. I used to have gizmos of sorts. I warmed stuff up better than any heater. And when they saw it, their eyes almost bugged out of their heads. They took it away from me. It's dangerous, they said. What else? Well, sometimes bandits show up, get pounded on the head occasionally. Not often, as I'd like. But there it is. The old man gives you a smile of satisfaction. Telling some strange creature attacked you in the basement and you killed it. That be my stand-in, I think. Here and there, I reckon he'd gone and quit on me. Could smell the stench from the cellar. That rat croaked down there. Listening to your story, he shakes his head in amazement. You say it didn't look like a person? Oh, I had a bad feeling about this place from the start. Not good at all, I'm telling you. Hey, sweetheart. Wait a minute, hold up. Slaps you on the arm. He looks a bit confused. I just, was thinking, I wanted to thank you. Maybe we can go on a picnic. You like picnics, don't you? I don't mind sitting down and having a snack. He smiles. Expression is both silly and sincere. Look, there's some cliff nearby. A lovely place. Got a cook pot already there. Comfy piece of tarpaulin too. And the logs are a lion. Even a little bottle stashed away. Melville grunts, reaches for the counter, and pulls out a bulky bag of smelling onions. The old man lays the bag contents on the counter. Canned pork, onions, eggs, potatoes. He looks quite proud of his stash. What's a picnic without snacks? Here, I'm going to teach you my family recipe for pulled pork. I'm hungry for pulled pork now. First, you have to boil the eggs, and then, gesturing excitedly, the old man reveals secrets of the Melville family cuisine. I cook it myself, but I'm sure you can do better. See the stove behind me? There, you got used to it. Go ahead and cook. Blue rakes the food back in the bag and gives it to me. Let's go cook some food. Pulled pork. Craft. Is that it? Aaron stares at a screen and mutters to himself. Where am I gonna get all those pawns, you filthy dog? He notices you. Oh, it's you. Oh, come on, speak up. What do you want? I made pulled pork. Squinting skeptically, Aaron pinches a piece of the pork and tries it. Well, what do you know? It came out pretty good. He lowers his voice. There's that guy with the rock, the white by the swamp, and those two hippies. Ask them if they want to sit with us too. If you got anybody else in mind, call them too. More people, more fun. So they invite the others. Guy's like hovering in the air.
Listen, Rabbi.
Oh.
You could sense the discord about this place. Look at this gas station, a sheer concentration of destructive energy. Invitable to a picnic. A picnic, you say? Well, of course we'll come. Alright, so we got the white. I don't know where the white's at. Where the white went? That guy left. What's this? White go back inside? Tanks are empty, produce a hollow echo when you tap on them. Let's check back inside. I don't know where the white is. I don't know how to get to the roof either. Okay, we're back here. I could use the bathroom. Gun brush. I don't. Oh, there's the white. Okay, that's a gun bench. Oh, can I make my own gun? Weapon power cell. High capacity power cell I need to find. Don't know where to find one of them. Got a shovel. Canister. Come here.
Oh, good day.
This protector suit sparkles with myriads of flickering pinpoints. And as if the particles are stuck to the purple glows in white skull mask, glittering in a snowdrift on a sunny day. On the researcher's chest, a metal badge says Theodore McCready. McReady? Macready? Extend your hand for a shake. You extend your hand. The scientist takes a step back. I wouldn't do that if I were you. The properties of the substance haven't been studied thoroughly, and your suit's defense isn't sufficient. I appreciate your readiness to give your life for science, but it's simply not worth it. What are you doing in the swamp? I'm from Magellan Station. 2 weeks ago, management sent me to conduct a field study on my hypothesis, which is that the microlux is an indicator of the presence of Mobiuses. They are either they generate microlux or the two are in symbiosis. He raises his hand and watches the bubbles sparkling in air. Now I'm here to confirm or refute the hypothesis. I see the behavior in the microlux particles has changed. Fortunately, I can't establish if this is due to a presence of a Mobius or something else. Say I want to know more about the Mobius. Topic for another time, but I'll warn you in advance. Most of what we know about the dome is just theory right now. We often consider the dome as passive environment that doesn't react to our intrusions. This is a faulty, unnuanced approach. It would be more correct to say the dome is studying us even as we study it. As we remove relics and integrate them into our lives or develop new technology from what we've learned. The dome consumes what we've brought with us, cars, equipment, and sometimes even employees. He describes a circle in one hand. People who came with the first expeditions will tell you how it all began and how the dome was back then. It's a whole new ecosystem now. Have you heard of the afflicted? They're employees who have been heavily exposed to relic influence. Biologists will tell you there is a special niche in the food chain for these afflicted. Looks like dome transforms this resources to gain useful form. Mobius is an example of how the dome transforms our equipment. Research, drones, cars, diesel generators. These things regularly vanish, but not without a trace. They come back as biomechanical guard. Usually Mobius stands for Mobile Biomechanical Sentinel. They have their own hierarchy. Their own behavior patterns, their own habitats. They also almost always incorporate the embedded rock formation. It's a mimicry mechanism to build in their own surroundings, you understand. We've already classified several different types, and when we understand the connection between Mobius and Microlux, we'll know much more. Thanks for listening. Anything else you want to know? How about the lights? It's a good thing you asked. We began studying phenomenon at Magellan a couple years ago. I've got something to tell about. We call these particles microlux. They're small gas bubbles in a liquid shell, non-toxic, slightly lighter than air, considered non-hazardous, and they glow when they emit. The glow they emit is a variable in intensity and independent of external sources. It raises a palm, its face in sweeping motion. The microlux hovers around it, forming a radiant ball. Behind the mask, the scientist's eyes twinkle in delight. Knows anything about the C-12. Taps the chin in his mask, if trying to remember something. With a gesture, particles dart from a nimbus around his hand or his head, and then quickly subside. You say they aren't responding? Nashville. Oh, of course. I know. Listen, you're damn lucky. Nashville is a real treasure trove. It's a huge excavation topped with three-level complex. A spectacular place. I want to hear what you think when you get back, provided you survive, of course. It's just a joke. He nods, embarrassed by the memory. Nothing will happen to you. Or us. Unless it's the end of the world and missiles crash down upon us. That's a joke, too. Did you support the committee's actions? Is that a trick question, I mean? Where are all these critics when the expedition was sent to the dome and all the discoveries were made? Are all Cronus authorities thieves and bureaucrats? I don't really give a hoot, since they let us do business here. Let the critics hide behind empty words. All they're doing is making noise on TV and writing snarky think pieces for the papers. You must go on a picnic. Yeah, why not? I'll be there.
It was nice chatting.
Yeah, you too. Where's this picnic at? What's over here? Shimmering stone. Large boulder. Sparkles as if it's covered with glass dust, but looking more closely, it's thousands of tiny lights. Scan. Don't see anything else to scan. Really don't want to talk to the crazy person. Melville leads you to the cliff, carrying a battered old hamper with some chipped plates inside. With a cunning smile, Aaron reaches beneath the fallen tree and takes out a dusty bottle of scotch. You stoke the coals with the expiring campfire, and the flames reluctantly blaze up in response. Take a close look at the bottle. Wood dust lends the bottle's noble look. Closer look, the faded label puts everything in context. It's a cheap hooch called Danny Dawson. A color which reminds you of furniture polish. We'll let the fighter... Yeah, we'll examine the plates. The plates look awfully old, as does everything, every single man-made thing in this place. These are all very faded geometric patterns on the chipped rim. On the back of the plate, you see the contoured Kronos logo and the graven number 72. Finish lighting the fire. Sit down and stretch your legs. The sun peeks lazily from behind the clouds. Even the distant howling of the storm seems to have calmed a bit. McCready, sitting down at the campfire, takes his helmet off with some effort. He's much younger than you imagine. 25 or less by the looks of it. Try not to touch me, please. The properties of Microlux are not fully understood. Don't worry about it. I brought a disposable plate. As grave as a judge, he pulls a paper plate from his backpack. Aaron mumbles a joke, and the others, while sitting around plates around the campfire. Hey, sweetheart. Are you just going to be sitting there or what? Get that pork out. I'm starving over here. I mean, I have no pork. I mean, you have none. You have me for a fool. Where'd it go? Oh, where'd the food go? I didn't do anything with it. I bet you ate it yourself. Is that right? And how did you... He laughs and slaps the helmet in his hand, amused to turn the events. Elbow favors a bottle of whiskey with one last sorrow look before hiding it again inside the fallen tree. Wait for me here, my darling, until we meet again. The old man grunts and shakes his head and stands up to leave. Get up to
Do
leave.
you remember us passing a supermarket last week? I'm thinking about that purse with glass beads. It's a shame I didn't buy it.
Do not attach yourself to everything.
Book anything? No. Alright.
You must rise
Well,
above all this consumer nonsense.
we'll go back to the cafe and we'll just end it there.
That's my way of rising above market law. Or do you think it's
I don't know how to get up on the roof. I want to get up on the roof and see what's in there. Oh! Ow. I'm not seeing traps here. There's a trap discovered. Work? Alright. That's much better than blowing up. I don't know how to get on the roof. I didn't see anything in here to get on the roof. Oh, there it is. We gotta see the chest before we call it. Let's sneak. Yeah, there must be... The traps or the people? Thought I saw a trap over here. Oh, I don't have the muscles. I'm weak. I don't think I can get it. Bummer. Alright. Yeah, I don't see a way of getting it. Guess we'll get inside. He's still standing up, kind of. This has been fun. I like this game. I really do. I'd like to see, and this is just the start of it, so we haven't even really got that far. Yeah, okay. I don't know if I'll play any more of this. I might stream this at some other later date. I mean, my plate's full at the moment, but maybe later on we might do a new fresh start. Possibly later. But I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. But this is Encased. I will have the link down below if this is something that interests you. Yeah, I'd just like to thank you all for spending some time here. If you did enjoy this, hit that like button. And if you are new here and like to see more content like this, please subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Quit talking over me, lady.
That is so weird.
You mean seeing a jellyfish in the middle of a cafe doesn't